Hello, this is the One Episode Rule, a podcast about first impressions. I am Magpie. Didn't watch any of my series recently, but I did watch a very good movie, but you'll probably know what that is if things come out the way I think they're coming out.
It's a bonus episode.
Do you watch
Surprise!
anything
Hi, I'm Joey.
other than that?
No, I didn't watch anything this week.
Oh,
No
oh
anime.
man.
Oh
I have
man.
been catching up on Dan to Dan, a little piece at a time.
Oh yeah. I miss Dandadan. I gotta go back there
With
sometime.
with Gigi.
When am I supposed to have enough time to ever watch anime though?
Yeah.
When do I get the chance? Never.
Um,
Never.
Do you want to talk about some news instead before we continue on to what we watched tonight?
Yes. Let's have the news.
Okay, we got some news. Crunchyroll continues to become more rotten. Uh, Fans will need a paid membership to shop at the Crunchyroll store, where they previously offered many types of physical releases of anime. Now they offer less types of physical releases of anime. And also, you have to be a paying member to even shop there. This is generally scunching many people who were fans of the anime retail service, The Right Stuff, which Crunchyroll outright bought and have now reduced its catalog. Uh, this Crunchyroll being owned by Sony perhaps is something of an explanation of this. Fuck Sony. Uh, put your games in anime on discs and sell them like regular, like normal people. You fucking bastards.
Yeah, it's bad out there. Not happy about any of that.
Anyway, based Criterion Collection, please start carrying many anime.
Praying hands, praying hands, praying hands.
At least movies. Uh, Other news that we have Yukiko Nikaido, original Lupin III Fujiko voice actress, has perished at 87 years old. Pour one out for a real one. The only competent Lupin. On to the good news. The Japanese government has moved to protect voice actors from AI voice cloning.
Fantastic.
The Ministry of Justice has released a draft guideline stating that a person's voice should be treated as a legally protected part of their identity. Uh, this after a surge of problems with TikTok and other video-based apps, just outright stealing like VAs like voices to make them say shit they had never said and probably would never.
Yeah, I hate that. Well,
So at least that's good. Also, incidentally, Australia. This isn't related to anime so much, but Australia did pass a AI bill that's one of the strictest in the world, uh, for basically forbidding AI companies from scraping the work of Australian artists. Um,
well, that's something.
and finally, great news. Uh, the Kickstarter to produce Tenchi Galaxy, a continuation of the Tenchi Muyo story, exploded its Kickstarter goal in 48 hours by like 200% or so.
What was its goal? What was the
I
numbers?
don't know exactly what the numbers were. I just know the time frame. People want fucking Tenchi.
They want it.
I need to go back and watch some Tenchi.
Yeah, I think I've seen like a handful of episodes, but
I don't, I only saw like one or two episodes of back on Adult Swim, but it always struck me as Tenchi drank his respect women juice, and also it's got a hot evil scientist woman on it. so
much to consider. Much to
so
consider.
I'm here for that. Um, uh, Finally, do you want to know what we're gonna watch this week?
Yes. What are we digging into? I think
Um,
it's supposed to be something good this time,
it's
right?
supposed to be something good this time. Uh, I think you have the wrong impression of what is going to be because we're actually watching The Ghost in the Shell.
Oh. 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 Uh, oh. Okay.
The Ghost in the Shell.
V. Okay.
2026.
Okay.
It's out. There's 3 episodes already.
Well then,
We're behind.
baller.
We did
Let's.
kind of go to, you know, one every other week. So yeah, this will
Well,
happen.
yeah, it is what it is. Let's go
Anyway,
then.
I'm excited. Let's go. There's no jokes. I'm just so happy. I had such a good time. Much noise has been made of Studio Mappa, but they're nobodies. Science Saru is where it's at.
So this looked great. They're cooking.
It's just incredibly gorgeous and fun all around. Um, so yeah, let's talk about it. This show begins with the same scene that the movie and standalone complex basically begin with, which is, but in this case it's slightly remixed, and I suppose that's closer to the way it was in the manga, because this is before the creation of Public Security Section 9. So we are dealing with a situation in which Aramaki of Public Security is running an operation to arrest some guys in a building because they're basically talking about turning Taiwan into a slave state. They're doing global evil here. This is their Sunday night meeting about the evil they're going to do. And at least some part of Nihama. That's, by the way, that's where this takes place, is Nihama. I don't know whether that's a separate city from Tokyo or if it is a suburb, but they're clearly not that cool with it. So they run an operation to arrest him. They cut the magnetic defenses of the building. They send in their whole team. The guys pop out with the cool briefcase machine guns again. It's even cooler this time because the guy with the briefcase machine gun has like Deus Ex sunglasses built into his head, and one of the lenses flips 180 degrees out so that it can see around the corner when he fires the machine gun.
That's like a Spy Kids gadget.
It's cool as hell. I love it. This is the kind of shit that makes me love cyberpunk. But yeah, and he opens up on him, and the diplomat is still just like, "Yo, what the fuck are you doing? Don't shoot at the police." Aramaki barges in there with a much more clear like intent than the guy in the Oshi movie, which is, "Hey, I'm gonna have you fucking arrested. I'm going to have you arrested and everybody else in this room give depositions as to why you need to be arrested because you have clearly killed the last fucking prime minister."
I like how the one guy was like, "My lawyers are gonna hear about this," and he's like, "Oh, good. Please call your lawyer right now."
Yeah, it's just like, do it right now. I suspect Aramaki is going to get a lot more characterization in this anime, which is great. I love Aramaki. He's a fucking little chimp of a man, and he's a career civil servant, and he's cool as fuck.
Additional fact about Aramaki for the dub listeners, because I watched the dub, voiced by Sungwon Cho.
Oh yeah,
our good friend.
Oh, that's a perfect dubbing, as long as he just sounds old and put upon.
Yes, he does. He did a great job.
But yeah, in the meantime, he's just like, yeah, and cabinet minister, you're going to testify into this. And the guy says, no, he's not. He's accepted asylum. International law allows me to simply take him back. And Aramaki's just like, they'll fucking kill you, right? They'll kill you for this. And he says, I don't think that's really true. It's just like, well, we demand his extradition right now. It's just like, we'll serve you the papers for that in a few weeks. And it's just like, oh, is there really nothing that can be done? It's just like, I'm afraid there's nothing that can be done. And then you get to hear the Major's voice go, oh ho ho, and she just blows his brains all over the room. It is somehow more gory in this than it is in the movie, and the movie shows his spine. This censors the gore, and it somehow makes it more impactful. It's horrible. There's so much blood.
He turns into like a crater.
He gets painted across half the room. Aramaki is wearing him. And he goes to the window and he just goes like, who the fuck is that? Holy shit. And we see her falling away from the building, activate her cloaking again. I was just like, chef's kiss.
So just imagine the scene from the movie, except instead of like haunting and beautiful, it's just super silly. She's
impish.
Silly.
She's impish in this scene. I still prefer the Oshi one, but this is better than the standalone complex one. Since they've done it 3 times.
We got tier list going.
So mainly just because this anime, no shade on standalone complex, I liked it a lot. This anime looks a lot nicer than standalone complex did.
It's really colorful and bright and bubbly.
Science Saru has done a lot of work that was simply not possible on SAC because it was a very early Digipaint anime.
Yeah.
But
also the little, we'll get to them, but the little robots in this are so cute.
I knew you were going to be a sucker for Tachikomas.
I love them. They're so good.
Actually, these are Fujikomas. They're not Tachikomas.
I was going to say these are less spider-like and almost more like little crab rave robots.
It's because they're red. But but yeah. So we get an introduction to her because he's just like, get a tracker on her, and he sees her smash the car immediately below them because they're not as high up this time. And they're just like, do you still want that tracker? She's just like, no, it's not going to be fucking worth it. She's already gone. And then like the next day she shows up at a cabinet minister's office and it's just like, I demand that we start a special forces unit to deal with this kind of problem. Here is a kill order that I had from the previous prime minister that enabled me to do that. And the guy goes, yeah, we can do that, because on the other line he has Aramaki demanding the same thing. And he's just like, I'm gonna put him in charge of you because you scare the shit out of me.
Fair enough.
And I don't want it to be my problem if it all goes wrong.
Yep.
So yeah, that's the formation of Public Security Section 9. The Major's much more in control of this organization than is ever suggested by the other two. It's clearly her gang, and Aramaki is the liaison to the real government. This does not, however, make him ineffectual. I always liked him as a character because he's just a regular guy who happens to be very perceptive. Also, he looks funny.
I almost feel like this version like kind of fits better.
Mm-hmm.
Like it makes more sense in some ways.
Mm-hmm. There's an episode, since they get to a lot of it in Standalone Complex, he has his whole episode to himself, and it's actually really interesting what he does, because he ends up going to like the flooded part of the city because his younger brother is out there and he's disappeared from like a homeless encampment. Because Aramaki is like high up in the civil service, and yeah, his brother is a fucking bum. Really interesting shit, but it's beyond the scope of what we're talking about here. So yeah, they form it, and then they have the scene that they used as the trailer years ago when they said they were going to start this, of all of them hanging around with the Fujikomas watching the cherry blossoms fall. Because yeah, she gets a call and it's just like, yeah, we need you to go and meet someone. We have a job, and she's just like, I don't have a job unless I have a contract. He's just like, it just passed through the national diet. And she's just like, Fujikoma, get on that shit. Listen in, tell me what they're talking about. And she's just like, confirmed, Major. The article has passed. And he's just like, okay, I guess cherry bloom watch is over for now, gang. And everybody is here. This is all, so it's very clear that she handpicked everybody in Section 9, which is pretty crazy if you know anything about any of these characters. Um, in fact, I remember how she got Saito, and I wonder how she did that, and then formed an organization. It seems like something she should have only been able to do afterwards. But yeah, they start getting ready. They head down the highway in their Fujikomas, which is something they do a lot in the other series. It's always really funny to me. They're just driving around these spider robots like cars.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
And yeah, they have a long conversation here that's punctuated by her basically having to invite them into the outer layer of her mind for a sit rep. Uh, to she has them dive into her for a second. Um, this sequence is fucking gorgeously animated because we see it from Bato's point of view. Also, love to see expressive Bato because he is a stone most of the time, but he's very expressive in this. And yeah, as soon as he dives in, like he sees like 1,000 of her, and a bunch of like weird machines and like all sorts of weird bits and bobs, and it's animated like he's deep underwater. And as soon as he pops out, he's just like, "God, you need to clean up and
Clean your brain.
your mind is fucked." And yeah, they're all complaining about it. They're just like, "What was that?" And it cuts back to her, and she's just like beat red in her Fujikoma, just kind of like, "You guys are a bunch of fucking jerks." I don't know why I invited you in anyway. But yeah, they eventually meet up with this surveillance van that's got an AI helper in it. So what the deal with there's a lot of these girls in SAC. They all look the same. They're government like android terminals. They exist to bring you coffee and to do web searches for you.
Now, that being said, she does look exactly like a human
She
being.
looks like a regular ass person, kind of in like kind of a valet uniform.
Something will happen later that is startling with this in mind.
Yeah. So she gives them the sit rep basically, which is they are parked outside of a school for refugees.
This place sucks.
This place sucks, and the way they talk about it is fascinating because they show up and they're just like, "This place sucks, but why is it our business?" uh, and just like, well, they're suspected of having basically illegal technology, like illegal like mind hacking, brainwashing technology. It's just like that they certainly should not fucking have. And it's just like, well, can we confirm that? No. It's just like, well, what the fuck do you want us to do? Are they trying to bait us into attacking the place so they can screw over some other politician? Which is certainly a possibility. So they sit there and they do a little research instead of just charging in blindly. They get a line in to the cafeteria where they see just how philanthropic this refugee school is. All of these kids are wearing numbered jerseys. They are being served rice gruel and made to chant about how nice the rice gruel is and how nice the teachers are. There are no teachers. I have seen no teachers. Uh, one of these kids is so hungry that he steals the bowl from the kid across from him, and the kid lunges back for it, and the guy who's monitoring them just points a little dongle at them and presses a button, and it just shocks the shit out of him through a neural port in the back of his neck. All of these kids are cyberized. Do we think that these refugee children came here with high-end cybernetics?
Good question.
Yeah, so it's pretty clear that this is a bad place. They are taking these orphan children. They are chopping them up with cybernetics and basically trying to churn out. I assume soldiers are laborers. um, this is not enough for Motoko. She's just like, well, this clearly sucks, and those guards freak me out. But I need I need more information because one of the kids could not work after they shocked the shit out of him. And they're just like, you got to work for your bed and work for your food, or you can go to the learning course. And she's just like, I need a line into the learning course. And the android goes, I don't have that. And she's just like, what the fuck are you for? I really like how how she's a little bit nasty.
She's a bit of a nasty girl. I'm kind
She's
of
a
here
little
for
bit of
it.
a nasty girl.
But she's also silly.
She's very Genki. She has like a lot of energy, which I appreciate as a take on the Major. But yeah, Ichikawa just immediately just like, I have a feed. This is his job. So he patches her in, and it's the kid from before, and they're strapping him into this horrible pod. And they hook him up to it, and he immediately, all of his facial muscles just immediately tense. And she dives into him to get his perspective, and it's just showing him shapes and shit. It's showing him high-end like geometry concepts. And as soon as she dives in, he just freaks out. He's just like, this is too much. I can't take this anymore. And the monitor is like actually concerned because he's just like, you're bleeding over into the rest of them. You need to calm the fuck down. And he freaks out and tears out the plugs and just runs for it. This is bad for the operation. So Motoko hangs it up, and she's just like, I don't know what to do about this. This place sucks, but I'm not sure why it's our business. I didn't see any evidence of like a ghost key or a ghost controller or anything in there. But Bato, who was plugged into her. Oh, by the way, she has like a malfunctioning audio port. So whenever he plugs into her, she moans, and he's just like, don't do that. It's creepy. She's like, I can't help it. It sucks. And he's just like, yeah, but there at the last, didn't you get the impression that like if I get caught, it's all over? She's just like, shit. She's just like, well, you know what? Politicians trying to screw themselves over, and like grunts taking money to brainwash kids. I got into this business to get these motherfuckers. So regardless of what happens, we're going in. So yeah, they formulate a plan to go in, and it's actually a pretty fun plan. Basically, they let this kid run loose and see what comes after him. And what comes after him, the guards for I remind you, refugee school, are dudes who are artillery cyborgs.
These bros are huge.
They're fucking huge. I don't think they're wearing armor. I think that's mostly their body.
These are like Space Marines.
These are like Space Marines. Yeah, these dudes, like Ishikawa, I believe, gets the information on it. It's just like, hey, I think these guys are using military grade, like artillery crew cybernetics, and she's just like, well, that can't be right. This has got to be like black market chop shop stuff that's based on the same model. And she's like, no, their optic nerves are government issue. She's just like, well, that's shit. So what they do is they have they incapacitate one of these guards while he's following the kid, because the kid has gotten outside, and he's on foot trying to get away from them. And three of them are leisurely following him, because this is clearly not an uncommon occurrence, and they're not all that concerned about it. Two regular guys and a guy who appears to be the captain of their unit. He's really interesting looking. I'll have to talk about him later. But yeah, I believe it's Ishikawa. I'm not sure. Somebody plugs this guy's neural ports immediately, and just says to Togusa, the new guy, the mostly human guy, it's just like, this guy's going to be in sleep mode for 28 seconds. You have that long. And Togusa's Fujiko lifts up a manhole cover and sticks out a fucking horrible claw, all like that. It stands to like 20 feet long, and just snatches this kid, drags him into the sewer. The kid screams like hell.
I mean, wouldn't you?
Drags him in, and just incapacitates him, just slaps a stun thing into the ports in the back of his neck. By the way, if I was a cyborg who had ports in the back of my neck, I would be keeping those motherfuckers closed with a lock all the time. A manual fucking lock that I have to undo with my hand.
You could
so many people get fucked over in Ghost in the Shell because of the holes in the back of their neck.
They should make those little, the plug covers that you can put over, like, electronic plugs in your household. They should make those.
They need this in Cyberpunk, too, if you remember. Why Lucy and David were able to steal everybody's chips because they just ejected them automatically.
Yeah.
Just put tape over the hole.
Just, several rolls of duct tape just around your neck.
So, start wearing gorgets. Have those come back in style. But anyway, slaps something in the back of his neck and puts him back outside. The way they treat this kid is both horrible and fascinating. They're straight up using him as bait. When the guys catch up with him, he's clearly like semi-unconscious, and they're just like, I guess he passed out from malnutrition. And the leader of their group, who straight up looks like a fucking character from Pluto. He's got a huge nose.
He's shaped like Phantom of the Paradise.
He's shaped like Phantom of the Paradise. Yeah, he has like a beaky helmet that's like built into the sides of his head and comes down.
Yeah.
The other guys don't have that.
It's crazy looking. It's kind of cool.
But he looks at this kid and he just goes, "There's something fucking wrong here. This kid's got a bug on him. You gotta seal the fucking sewage drainage." And as he says that, like, of course, Section 9 is listening in on him, and they're just like, "Why the fuck does he know about the sewage drain?" And Togusa immediately, they're just like, "Togusa, you have to fucking leave." And he's just like, "Oh shit!" And he turns around and he blasts the Fujikoma down the tunnel at full force into a fucking descending portcullis. It just knocks him smooth the fuck out because he hits it at like 30 miles an hour.
From that, actually, it was funny because from that angle, I was like, "Oh God, did he just die entirely? Did he beep it?"
No, Togusa,
no, he's fine.
He's surprisingly resilient for a mostly non-cyborg guy.
But it did look like in another reality, he would have not made it out of this.
Things get a little chaotic here because the team has to deal with these 3 fucking yoked cyborgs who are way stronger than they should be.
They start fucking kind of getting them.
So the 2 guys on the ground are not that threatening. Their captain, however, is extremely fucking sharp.
It also seems like he's really fast.
He's really fast.
He's extremely fast.
So what happens is cyborg number 1, the first guy that got, he just stops dead in his tracks, and he's just like, "The war's over. I don't need to be doing this." It's like this is like a message to me that I need to stop. And the second guy is just like, "What are you, some kind of fucking coward?" And then he's interrupted in that thought by Ishikawa, who's just like, "All right, die then," because Ishikawa has already sighted in on him. So his thought is just cut short by having a big hole blown through his metal. But as cool as that is for Ishikawa, the captain is right behind them nearly immediately after that.
Yep.
Because, yeah, he deduced where the gunfire came from. And it cuts away as that guy is coming up behind him. And they cut to the rest of the team, and they're just like, "All right, get Togusa out of here." It's just like, "Well, what are we gonna, what, so we can evacuate?" "No, so we can storm the place." And while they're having this conversation, one of their backup guys, Saito, the unit's sniper, he gets he gets hacked by this captain who is piggybacked off of Ishikawa's connection through his Fujikoma. He gets attacked, but he has enough presence of mind to just be like, "They fucking got Ichikawa." And he nearly gets the major as well. But she remarked earlier that she had a really yoked personal barrier, and also just fucking jumps out of the Fujikoma.
Yeah, she just goes.
So we're left with a sort of cat and mouse game here.
Oh, is this where the little android girl explodes?
Yeah.
She pops like a balloon. It's horrible.
The first thing this guy does is he logically homes in on their fucking because he picked up the guy who was stunned, and he backtraced it and fried whoever did it, and it went back to the secretary bot. And there are 4 frames of her screaming in agony before just popping like an overripe melon, and everybody's stunned for a second.
The room.
And then the major is just like, she was just a fucking speaker. They'll handle it. Bato gets really maudlin about it.
Yeah, he's a little sad.
He's just like, these ghostless puppets are kind of sad, especially when they bleed red.
Yeah, it's a little alarming.
Anyway, the back half of the episode is a cat and mouse game between this guy and Motoko, and she baits him into a situation that he can't get around. She sets up a decoy basically, and waits for him to come after her because he correctly identifies her as the leader and a major fucking problem. Because he did not manage to get her immediately, and she set a back hack that injured him. So he dials in with his like spectrogram vision on a spot, and whenever he goes to attack it, also he just pops out fucking finger blades. He's gonna hit him with the Molly Neuromancer special. But when he pops around the corner, all he sees is a fucking, like, is it like a hand grenade or a fuel rod or something stuck in the ground that just says dummy on it? And he has half a second to say what before a fucking like anti-material shell from one of the Fujikomas comes through 2 walls to blow its fucking legs off. He's just like, what? There was no fucking sound or heat imaging or anything. It's just like, is she using like advanced thermoptic camo? She's like, yes, I'm flattered you'd notice.
Notices your camouflage.
He immediately just he doesn't do the goon thing at all, where he's just like, you'll never get me to talk, cops. He's just like, I'll talk immediately. Don't kill me.
Please don't destroy my brain.
Don't damage my brain.
They're like, good.
I'm like, excellent. Give me the ghost key and the ghost controller. He's just like, they're yours. Take them. He's just like, you're under arrest for cyberbrain ethics violations. And he goes, public fucking security got me. This is like beat cops arresting you for financial crimes. Anyway, and they put that guy away, and they have their debrief later, which is a scene I really like. There's like a check mark shaped table, and they all populate it like 1 second after another. Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah.
And Aramaki is on the TV, is just like, you were right. Those guys were government. They were a brainwashing operation that had gone rogue. I decided to make them an example. And you can tell Aramaki is actually like halfway pleased at being in command of this gang of cyber psychos. He's just like, this is much better than the regular police units that I usually get. He's clearly quite chuffed with the situation, but the like interior minister, who is technically his boss, wants to talk to them. And he's just like, didn't you kind of go over the line this time? It's clearly the mush-mouthed politician stuff is, I disapprove of your effective actions because they were effective. Motoko just says, pass me the ghost key, will you? It's like, Minister, could I trouble you for a direct connection for just a moment? She's like, well, I don't see why not. And he hooks the thing into his neck and immediately punches himself in the face. And then she just cuts the feed off. She's just like, if I'm just going to be a lap dog, I'll just go back to what I was doing before. That is basically the end of the episode. I love the show. It's incredible.
This show is fantastic. So
Joey caught some of a different episode.
We gotta address the elephant in the room. I accidentally watched basically like half of episode 3, which is they're doing like the market chase scene like the garbage men and the fake wife sort of stuff.
Yeah, that's
and I looked
that up here then.
To pull the curtains back. I looked over at our co-host Magpie's screen. And I noticed that different things were happening, and I was like, huh, what could that mean? And then I realized that they, for some reason, had the episodes ordered from left to right, um, like as most recent on the left, and I was like, that nowhere does it like that. It's stupid. Just clicked on the first one in the list.
I'm just gonna start passing you the exact link to anything at this point, so we don't have any problems like this. But
anyhow, that all to say that they are going to be following a lot, a lot of the plot that you would expect.
well, most adaptations go for that arc from the manga. It's because it's compelling. Did you see the other parts where Motoko was on vacation? No.
Well, there was the robots were pretending that they were going to do a robot uprising, and then they were
fun.
like, that's also where I was like, they're doing the crab rave because they were on the beach.
Oh yeah, the Fujikomos. Fujiko. There. I think there's long sections of the manga that are just Fujikomas talking to each other and being funny.
It was pretty funny.
Which is adorable. Anyway, the show's great. I'm gonna watch all of it.
Yeah, this is one that I really like. This is worth keeping up with. I say that about a lot of these shows, but maybe this one will stick. Womp womp.
This is a great adaptation. No, I will not say it is better than Oshi's film, and I will not say Oshi's film is better than this. Shut up.
They're completely different things.
They're completely different things. And they scratch completely different itches for me.
Absolutely.
Anyway, if you'd like to try and hack my ghost, you can do that at oneepisodecast@gmail.com.
That's concerning. That is one the word, not the number. You can interface with us on is that the word?
Pretty much.
Twitter, Blue Sky, we are at One Episode Cast. You can
You shan't be interfacing with me. I've got one of those fucking aluminum caps that you put on outdoor electrical sockets.
He's got
on my ports.
Yeah, no, I have 3 layers of scarves on my neck.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna have to really dig to get in there.
Vampire rules.
Oh god, it is, isn't it? Cyber vampires. That could be something.
I think there was something like that in Shadowrun once. Anyway, that's fully irrelevant. Watch the show; it's good.
Watch this show; it's good.